What happened when I tried to stop aging with technology? What if aging wasn't a fixed destiny but a system, one that could be hacked? Picture waking up and realizing your biological age is 10 years younger than the number on your passport. Your skin is vibrant. Your memory is razor sharp. Your energy feels like it did when you were 20. And no, this isn't magic. It's not just good genetics either. This is the new science of biohacking, a movement where people are taking aging into their own hands and in some cases reversing it. For years, conventional wisdom told us the best way to live long was to eat our vegetables, avoid smoking, sleep well, and stay active. That advice hasn't changed. But in recent years, something new has emerged. An era where biology meets technology, and where everyday people are turning their bodies into self-experiments. Some call it radical, others revolutionary. But whatever it is, it's happening right now. Biohacking is the practice of optimizing your biology using data, science, and self-experimentation. It's no longer just fringe communities or curious researchers. It's become a global movement, with tech entrepreneurs, doctors, athletes, and regular folks alike tracking their every heartbeat, testing supplements, undergoing experimental therapies, and chasing one goal: to slow down, stop, or even reverse the aging process. But to understand biohacking, we first need to understand aging. It's not just the visible signs, wrinkles, gray hair, slower steps. Aging is what happens inside your cells. As we grow older, our cells accumulate damage. DNA gets mutated. Mitochondria, the little power plants in each of our cells, lose their spark. Inflammation starts to rise, stem cells begin to fade, and, perhaps most critically, our body's built-in cleanup system begins to break down. This cellular chaos leads to what we recognize as aging. Scientists now talk about the 9 hallmarks of aging. These hallmarks are like the blueprint of biological decline, markers that show how our bodies wear out over time. But here's where it gets interesting. Each of these markers can be targeted. Some researchers now believe that if we can slow down these mechanisms, we might not just delay disease, we might delay aging itself. Think of it like rust on a car. If you wait until the engine breaks, it's expensive and messy to fix. But if you regularly clean the parts, keep them lubricated, and upgrade them when needed, that car can last decades longer. That's the core idea behind biohacking. And the tools? They're advancing fast. Around the world, people are experimenting with methods that go far beyond diet and exercise. One of the most talked about methods is boosting NAD+, a molecule that powers cellular energy. As we age, our NAD+ levels drop, leading to fatigue and slower recovery. Some biohackers take compounds like NMN or NR to restore these levels. Though human trials are still ongoing, early data shows promise. Others have turned to time-restricted eating. By limiting meals to an 8-hour window and fasting for the other 16, the body activates a process called autophagy, a kind of spring cleaning at the cellular level. It helps remove damaged cells and proteins, potentially slowing aging from the inside out. Some biohackers go even further. Cold plunges and ice baths have surged in popularity, thanks to their ability to reduce inflammation, boost resilience, and stimulate certain genes linked to longevity. On the other end of the spectrum, heat exposure, like using saunas, has been associated with improved cardiovascular health and a reduced risk of death. Both hot and cold trigger the body to adapt, grow stronger, and repair itself more efficiently. Then there's the obsession with sleep. For modern biohackers, sleep isn't just rest. It's a metric. Tools like Oura rings and Whoop bands now measure everything from heart rate to sleep stages, giving users deep insight into their nighttime recovery. With the right data, they tweak their bedtime, manage blue light exposure, and optimize temperature to get the most regenerative sleep possible. But perhaps the most futuristic of all hacks is the use of senolytics, drugs that target zombie cells. These are cells that no longer function properly, but refuse to die. They clog up tissues, promote inflammation, and accelerate decline. In mice, removing these cells extended lifespan by up to 30%. While human applications are still new, Some early adopters are already experimenting with senolytic compounds under medical supervision. No conversation about advanced longevity would be complete without mentioning Brian Johnson. He is a tech entrepreneur who sold his company for hundreds of millions and now spends over $2 million a year trying to reverse his age. He calls his routine Project Blueprint, and it's a strict, data-driven protocol designed to optimize every organ in his body. He eats a precisely calculated diet, exercises daily with personalized metrics, takes more than 100 pills a day, and undergoes monthly blood tests, ultrasounds, MRIs, and advanced scans. What's wild is that his biological age, based on tests of his blood, heart, and organs, appears to be years younger than his actual age. He's even trying something called plasma exchange, where his son donates blood for therapeutic purposes. Whether he's on the cutting edge or simply an outlier remains to be seen. But what he's proving is that aging is no longer something we just accept. It's something we can measure and maybe manipulate. Of course, this field isn't without controversy. For every scientifically grounded protocol, there are others who take it too far. People injecting unapproved peptides, taking unregulated supplements from unknown sources, following extreme protocols they found on anonymous forums. Biohacking carries risk, especially when it's done without guidance. The key is testing, tracking, and using evidence, not hype. The most successful longevity seekers combine ancient habits with modern tools. They're not chasing immortality. They're optimizing for vitality. Not just years in their life, but life in their years. And here's the best part. You don't need millions of dollars to start. Anyone can adopt small, powerful changes today. Things like getting early morning sunlight to regulate your circadian rhythm, turning off screens an hour before bed, moving your body daily even if it's just a walk, choosing whole foods over ultra-processed ones, paying attention to stress levels, drinking water, practicing gratitude, tracking one thing, just one, and improving it. Biohacking doesn't have to be complex, it has to be consistent. But while we're doing this, technology isn't standing still. The future of longevity is approaching fast. Scientists are working on ways to reprogram your epigenetics, to literally reset your biological clock. CRISPR, the gene editing tool, might one day prevent age-related mutations before they happen. Artificial intelligence will soon act like a personal health coach, detecting changes in your blood or breath before disease even appears. Stem cells might regenerate failing organs. Lab-grown tissues could replace damaged body parts. And personalized medicine, based on your unique genes, gut microbiome, and daily behavior, could soon offer tailor-made anti-aging protocols. In the coming years, the line between aging and disease will blur. And perhaps for the first time in history, aging itself may be treated as a medical condition. So what does this mean for you? It means aging is no longer something that just happens to you. It's something you can observe, influence, and maybe even delay. Your body is a system, and like any system, it can be upgraded. You can sleep deeper, think clearer, move freer. You can age, yes, but you can age well. Biohacking is not about fearing death. It's about loving life. It's about staying curious, creative, active, and alive for as long as possible. So, ask yourself, what would your 80-year-old self thank you for doing today? Because the future of aging isn't written in stone. It's being rewritten, one experiment at a time. And the next chapter? It's yours to create.